The A3 marks the entry point into Audi's lineup, and likewise the S3 marks the entry point into Audi's performance lineup. Starting at a little under 44 grand, you get much of the style and performance of their larger models, but packaged into a manageable pint-sized container. As always, this review will cover all trims and packages of the S3 lineup, not just this specific model. So let's go ahead and see if the S3 is small but mighty. We would like to specially thank Audi of Lexington for giving us access to today's vehicle. If you would like to find out more information about their stunning dealership and large inventory of all the Audi models, then follow the link to their website provided in the video description. Just like the A3, the S3 comes standard with Smart Entry, but it has Audi's older style switchblade key. It does have a nice heft to it. Of course, the main reason you buy an S3 over the A3 is for the added performance, so let's start there. So under the hood, the S3 actually has a 2-liter turbo 4, just like the regular A3. It is of course a significantly more powerful unit, coming in at 292 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. For 2018, the only transmission has gained a cog, now a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic instead of a 6-speed, but power continues to be put to the ground exclusively through quattro all-wheel drive. All that taken together is enough to get the S3 to 60 in a blistering 4.7 seconds. Since there is only one variation of the S3, there is also only one fuel economy rating. It is rated at 22 city, 28 highway, 25 combined. Well, that covers the highlights of the powertrain, so now let's move on to the exterior. So despite being mechanically related to the Golf R, the S3 definitely has a level of sophistication that the Volkswagen could only dream of. Up front, you have the latest interpretation of Audi's single-frame grille, which has the same squared-off look as the S4. Specifically for S3 duty, it has been made bolder and shinier than in the regular A3. There is one exception to that rule, and that's if you get the Black Optic package, which turns the whole thing metallic black. For the headlights, they also have a mature and sophisticated design, since they are fully LED across both trims. You do have a chrome accent, except with the Black Optic package. So in regards to the wheels, there are 3 options, starting off with the ones we have. These are the base 18-inch 5-arm dynamic wheels, which come standard on both Premium Plus and Prestige. The other two options are more dramatically styled 19-inch contrast alloys, included in either the Black Optic package or standalone for $800. As you can see, we have the red brake calipers included in the S Sport package, but regardless of what color, they are always 13.4-inch and 12.2-inch ventilated disc in the front and rear respectively. The tires can be summers or all seasons. Coming to the mirrors, they are silver like all S Audis, unless you opt for the Black Optic package where they're body colored. They are also heated, and auto-dimming for the Prestige. For the most part, the S3 looks very similar to the S4, but you can definitely tell the difference much easier from the side. Overall length comes in 11 inches shorter at 175.5 inches long. As far as the suspension is concerned, we have the S Sport package, which includes magnetic ride control, in addition to those calipers I mentioned earlier. Moving on to the safety, it carries the same ratings as the A3, which is to say it fares excellently. It is an IIHS Top Safety Pick 2018, and scores superior on crash prevention, thanks to standard automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alert. Adaptive cruise control and active lane keeping assist are also included on the Prestige trim. In the rear of the S3, you have both the sophisticated and athletic design. To accent the look, you do have a tasteful lip spoiler. My favorite feature of the rear are these full LED taillights, which have the newest design and dynamic turn signals. And down below, you have quad exhaust set inside a special sport diffuser. Like the regular A3, the S3 has a 14.5 gallon fuel tank. That's good for 362 miles of range, on premium unleaded fuel. Well, that sums up everything on the outside, so now let's check out the interior. So first, looking inside, you can see that the S3 follows the same minimalistic design ethos as the A3. There are of course many unique details, including several different interior color selections. Standard models can choose between this black or magma red for the real leather seating, and you also have the option of upgrading to quilted Nappa leather in black or rock gray, if the S Sport seating package is selected. Moving over to the door trim, it is composed of mostly soft touch plastic, but that seating package would include leather through here. You also do have real aluminum trim. As expected, all 4 of your windows are one-touch automatic. Every S3 does include these aluminum pedals. Also standard on every S3 are these 12-way power adjusting seats with 4-way lumbar. Just be aware that the optional sport seat is manually adjusting. You also get manual thigh extension, which is a nice bonus. So even on the standard seat, the leather is still high quality, and you have nice aggressive bolsters. So like I said, the interior has a very clean, minimalistic design to it. But as far as the actual materials go, they are still very high quality. All of the upper dash is made from a nicely grained soft touch plastic. And through the middle is more real aluminum. This is also padded, but this part is hard touch unless you get the leather in the seat package. To start, just press the red dash mounted button. Once you do, the hidden 7-inch display reveals itself, standard on both trims. So as you probably already know, this is Audi's proclaimed virtual cockpit with a special S design. This did require a tech package for the Premium Plus we have. It contains all the expected stuff, plus you can change the size of the gauges to favor media. I don't have the Google Earth Maps enabled, but it is still cool looking even with the regular map. Coming back to the steering, every S3 has electric power steering, and this sporty flat bottom leather wrapped wheel. The design is very similar to the RS3. Of course cruise is standard, but adaptive cruise comes on the Prestige trim. The buttons on the left hand side are for virtual cockpit, and the ones on the right for audio, phone, and voice. Up above you do have standard rain sensing wipers. And down below, the steering wheel is manually adjusting with no option of heating. I also do want to point out where the actual blind spot indicator is located, since you can't see it from the outside. Moving on to interior storage, the S3 has about what I would expect from a sports sedan. Underneath the adjustable armrest, you have a reasonably sized storage compartment, which also has a USB. Up front, there is another small area, with another USB and a 12-volt outlet. The S3 comes with a traditional metal and leather shifter. Manual shifting can be activated by pressing to the right, or you can control it through the standard paddle shifters. When in reverse, a standard backup camera will appear. It has trajectory, distance markers, and front and rear parking sensors. There is no 360-degree camera available. Located behind the shifter is the electronic parking brake. And in front of that, the MMI controller. The screen is not touch, so you have to use these. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a listen to the 705 watt 14 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. Sound quality is impressive. Moving on up, we have the standard dual zone automatic climate controls. It is very simple to use, since all the main functions are controlled through these three knobs. Zones are off to the side, and I have to say I love the tactile feedback of the buttons. To go along with the climate, we have 3-stage heated seats standard, but seat ventilation is not available. Above the climate is another row of buttons, the first for drive modes. You have 3 to choose from: comfort, auto, and dynamic. But there is also an individual mode where you can alter all the facets independent from each other. It's nice to have that amount of customization, especially beyond the usual steering and throttle response. Well, now that we're up here, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the MMI system. MMI starts you off at this home screen, allowing you to scroll between all the different options. First we'll look at media, where all the sources besides radio live. And these are all the other media sources you have available. Next we'll go into phone. This is the directory, where all of your contacts automatically sync over from your connected smartphone. With navigation, it's pretty much the same story as phone. You can enter addresses with your own handwriting, or you can use several other methods like voice commands, manual entry, or points of interest. I now have the Google Earth Maps activated, and they continue to be the most impressive solution I've seen on any vehicle. The last thing I'll touch on is the smartphone interface. This is where Android Auto and Apple CarPlay would appear when you plug in a phone via the USB port. This is standard on both trims, so you don't have to pay extra like you do on BMWs. Well, that's all I will cover in this video, but if you'd like to see a more detailed look at the Audi MMI system, including explanations of vehicle subscription services, then click the link to our Tech Help video provided in the description. Up here you have a frameless glass auto-dimming mirror with a built-in compass, but no HomeLink remotes. You also get a standard moonroof with a transparent shade. Audi calls this panoramic, but it seems to me like it's just a little larger than usual. So all in all, the cabin of the S3 checks all the boxes. This is a simple but well-furnished place, especially when it comes to tech. And unique sporty touches like the steering wheel and aluminum trim really set things off. Now we'll check out the rest of the vehicle. In the back of the S3, you have identical accommodations to the A3, which is to say 31.5 inches of legroom and 36.1 inches of headroom. Those are substantially better than the Mercedes CLA or Infiniti QX30. Turning to the door trim, Audi didn't skimp back here, since it has the exact same materials as in the front. There aren't a whole lot of features back here, but you do have 2 really small vents. As far as legroom is concerned, I'm 5'8", and sitting behind myself is surprisingly good for a subcompact. With the seat all the way back, however, it would not be. You do have a center armrest with a little bit of storage. There are also cup holders located on the end. So overall, this is one of the most accommodating rear seats in the class. To open the trunk, just hold down on the button. It is spring-loaded, so it opens up on its own. Looking inside, it looks bigger than it is. The actual measurement is only 10 cubic feet, but the wide opening makes it more usable. The seats also fold 60-40 split. The passenger seat is also 12-way power adjusting with 4-way power lumbar support. The glove box is dampened, felt lined, and illuminated. This is also where you find the CD player and SD slots. Well guys, that concludes YouTube's first detailed tour of the 2018 Audi S3 Premium Plus Quattro. Stay tuned for the pricing information regarding this specific tester, as well as the rest of the S3 lineup. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and come along with us next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.